Hey everybody, Kimberly here, and I'm excited to share with you my experience playing Exit the Game Advent Calendar, The Mystery of the Ice Cave. Now, last year I brought you The Hunt for the Golden Book, which was another Advent calendar by the Exit team, and there is still one more yet for me to discover, which I will bring to you next year. So I'm super excited to add this game to my experience playing these Advent calendars from the Exit team. So what is this Advent calendar? It is a box, and I cannot even show you my box. It has been chewed up and spit out. You use this game. Now in the exits, you are going to be cutting pieces, bending and folding, tearing things, marking stuff up. It is a fully consumable 24 riddle experience. So you are going to be opening up a door every day for 24 days in a row, and it is your Advent calendar joy for the month of December, which is why I'm bringing this to you late November so that you can get this game from your friendly local game store, or if you want that quick shipment, you know where to look online. So you can get this game and you can start playing on December 1st. So what players are going to do is they're going to open up door one, they're going to look at the storybook, and they're going to read the story, which tells them where they are, what they're doing, what they need to accomplish, and what kinds of things they're going to find inside that door. Now make sure you have a flashlight handy, make sure you have a pen handy, and make sure you have scissors ready to go. Because you're going to want to look inside that little door as you open it up. You're going to look at the walls and the ceiling and the floor and the walls and everywhere else. And you're going to look for clues anywhere that you see them, because these games require that you make leaps in logic and that you try things and that you really talk through those ideas, because sometimes they are not the very first thing you think of and they're not super obvious and they require a little bit more time. But I will say that each of these puzzles can be accomplished within 5 to 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, depending on your group size or depending on how long it takes you to figure out each clue. But that means that you're having 5 to 10 minutes of a puzzle fun every day for 24 days. And I know I said this in my last year's video when I reviewed The Hunt for the Golden Book. That's just fun. It is just a delightful experience to share with someone or someone's every day that little joy, because I like to do Wordle every day, and now it's gone from Wordle, we added Quordle, we added Sequence, and now we have Connections. So we do a lot of word games, we do a lot of puzzle games together. And what happened with the Advent calendar is that we got to add that to it as well. So specifically, I cannot necessarily mention any of the puzzles. I'm not going to spoil anything from the Mystery of the Ice Cave other than say generally what my experience was playing it and how much I enjoyed it. So what I'm going to do is talk about those puzzles, the difficulty, and really my experience. So right from the start, I will say it's hard to not compare it to The Hunt for the Golden Book, because I had such a good time with that. I think only once, maybe twice, we looked something up in the hints section for that one. And I will say that we use the hints and that kind of help section more with the Mystery of the Ice Cave, and I found that sometimes things were just a little bit too strange or off or challenging in a way that didn't necessarily satisfy me once I found out what the answer was. So I will say that comparatively I enjoyed the one I played last year a little bit better than the one I played this year, again, the Mystery of the Ice Cave. But that aside, there were some really delicious puzzles. There were some lovely tactile puzzles. And I will say that the finale, much like in the previous one I played, was 100% satisfying. I loved the way it ended. I loved that final puzzle. I loved the tricks that they pulled. There were some really fun use the box games and puzzles in there that you just did not see coming. They had us do something one time that I was like, there's no way they really want us to do this, and they did. So there were some fun moments. And when you get 24 games in one of these Advent calendars, it is just a pure delight. It is a real treat. So while I think that the Hunt for the Golden Book, I enjoyed the puzzles better, I think I might have maybe enjoyed the story better in this new one that I played. Again, The Mystery of the Ice Cave. I do think that sometimes the stories and like the dialogue and some of the content can get a little hokey at times, and the translation is not necessarily great. But I think the story might have been just a little bit more enjoyable with this one. So just a ton of fun. I love the way that the puzzles work, where you want to get 3 numbers and you're using this code with your colors. It's red, blue, and yellow from 0 to 9. So you have 10 numbers that you're working with. And when you do those, you flip the decoder over and it gives you symbols, and it will walk you through which direction to go on the calendar board itself to mark your next day's puzzle. And if it matches, then you've got the right day. It's just a clever system. It's really smart, and everything fits inside that tiny little window box, and there's nothing better than ripping open that box for the next day and pulling out your really, really cool components. So again, they delivered. I feel like this Exit, the game, Advent calendar system is just so clever and smart, and I cannot wait to get my hands on my next year's game, which is 2022's The Silent Storm. Now, The Silent Storm is the highest ranked game on BGG, but has the fewest votes because it's the most recent game released. It's the newest game of all of them. And it's interesting that my score essentially disagrees with the consensus on BGG, because most people rank The Mystery of the Ice Cave above the Hunt for the Golden Book. I would swap those two personally. But I think that they are all worth your while. So just, if you can, get your hands on one of the Exit the Game Advent calendars for this year's December. You will not be disappointed, even if sometimes the games individually might be a little bit too challenging, or sometimes in some cases a little bit too easy for you. They are all worth your while, and it's super, super fun to experience with a loved one, your friends, a small group of people. I would recommend fewer people than more people, but you can totally do it on your own. This will be a super fun solo daily puzzle adventure. Okay, so that is it for me, and you know what? Next year I cannot wait to get my hand on the Silent Storm, which is the most recent of those Advent calendars. Boy, have a fantastic December, everybody. I'll see you later. Bye!